Jonathan with Iron Mind Hypnosis here. I recently ran a bit of an experiment. I spent a few minutes recording a contented cat gently purring. And after capturing that recording, I played it back to myself. And it was like most things in this life. You think on one level, it's just one thing. It's one comforting purring noise. And when you can hear it clearly, you get the detail picture. There's so much more going on. When you zoom in on any topic I think I've ever studied, the details just start to proliferate. There's just so many different rabbit holes with everything. And the same with the cat's purring. There's all sorts of sounds going on inside that purr. In fact, I even thought for a moment, if you were looking for a somewhat eerie soundtrack that might sound like the inside of an alien spacecraft with maybe alien PA announcements or something, this might do the trick. And the reason I mention is that there are things in our lives that are good in a certain proportion. There are things that at a certain distance are just fine. A little too close, and they have a different meaning. A little too far, we don't get to enjoy them at all. If we look too close, they might be fascinating, but they might not mean the same thing to us. And if we don't look at them at all, we don't get to enjoy any of that beauty. And I think that's kind of the way with so many things in life, where there's a best way for us to enjoy whatever that thing is. Now, I'm sure a biologist or uh, a veterinarian or somebody like that perhaps might have important research, maybe even a paper to publish on the specific sounds inside a cat's purr and what under what conditions a cat might purr one way or another. And it would probably be very fascinating, and they might spend their entire career on that. And they might be producing things that are very interesting and maybe even valuable the whole while through. And for most of us, just barely being able to hear the cat is content is quite well enough for our purposes. And having a contented cat around is quite nice. And this is going to be true for many things in your life. There's going to be a certain distance that works well for the people in your life, kind of the way your relationships are structured. That's probably going to be true for intimate relations as well as just friendly ones. That's going to be true for the business you're in, the company you work with, and everything else. There's a time, there's a place, there's a just right. And I hope this reminds you of things that are just right for you if handled at the right distance. Now, some things you want at great distance. Some things you'll want a little bit closer. Some things you want very close indeed. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.